So your focus will only come when you know you have set your priorities right. Now, my next question is, हमसे अपनी priorities सही क्यों नहीं रखी जाती? I mean, we make plans, okay, not having the right guidance, falling into the traps of desires, yes, closer to the desire, weak self-control. It is a difference between the choices we make and what are our priorities. We do say, yes, deen is my priority. Alhamdulillah, especially if you're a student of Quran. But when we are talking about our deen and when we are talking about the right pick and choose, there is a difference. And the difference is between the sacrifice and the compromise. Sacrifice is about ownership. And compromise is about like you don't have a choice. When you make a sacrifice, you have an upper edge. You say, I'm giving up this thing to get something better. And in compromise, what you say is, I don't have a choice. I am sort of pushed into this thing. For example, Fajr Namaz. Somebody who has made a sacrifice would do what? Would give up need, sleep. I want to do it for myself. Because even if you feel sleepy, you are tired, it is hectic, you still say, I did it because I want something better in that life. That is why I gave up my sleep. Now, the one who is compromising would do what? पहले तो आँखें नहीं खुलेगी. He'll be blaming so many things around. अच्छा अगर उठ भी गया तो सारा दिन yawning. Our hijab. Have you seen people asking others who are covering, तुम्हें गर्मी नहीं लगती? Actually मेरा बहुत दिल चाहता है, लेकिन मुझे गर्मी बहुत लगती है, मुझे यहाँ रैश हो जाता है. And this other person who is totally covered in that heat is smiling. So who is compromising and who is sacrificing? Someone who looks at you with pity, thinking कि बेचारी गर्मी में मर रही है, but that person sees herself at living at a level of sacrifice because I want a better life. दिल का भी पर्दा तो है ना एक चीज, वो दिल का पर्दा कर लेंगे. Compromise, when you do, you are leaving behind something that you really like. मैं इतनी अच्छी होती थी, मैं पता है इतना enjoy करती थी, बस अब मैंने सब कुछ छोड़ दिया है. So दुखी. Sometimes people give up music, people give up some movies, especially if they're watching the seasons and the episode. Now she has made up her mind, मैंने कोई वो episode नहीं देखनी, कोई season नहीं देखना, and she's sitting with friends और वो बता रही है उसका season 4 आ गया है. हाय अल्लाह, दिल में season 4 आ गया है. नहीं उसके बाद माफी मांग लेती, उसके बाद कर लेती, क्या करूँ, वो रह जाएगा. So that attitude is what attitude of compromise. So when you're compromising, what will you do? After a few days, you'll be like peeking into it, देखेंगे, फिर अस्तगफार कहेंगे, अल्लाह ताला माफ करना, प्लीज अल्लाह ताला बस ये वाला देख लूँ, एक एपिसोड. So that is attitude of compromise. With compromise, it is loaded with intense emotional aspects, and it is like unfinished business. You don't own it. Actually, पता है, our family is very religious ना, तो इसलिए बस मैं शुरू से नमाज पढ़ती हूँ. मेरी बहन भी करती है, अम्मी भी करती हैं, तो मैंने वैसे ही पर्दा करना शुरू कर दिया. क्या वो टीचर है ना, वो माइंड करती है, उनके सामने किसी की बात करो तो we can't gossip over there. Compromise, unfinished business. With sacrifice, you are taking concrete steps. You are 100% sure what you wanted to do and how you are ending up doing. Compromise also means what? Possible losses. You always feel कि अगर मैं ये ना करती तो मतलब कोई बात नहीं, अल्लाह ताला माफ कर ही देता, मैं दुआ मांग लेती. With sacrifice, you move on. You are like, I'm done with this, let me do something more. So this was a question I always posed to myself and also to my friends. How come when I look at the lives of Sahaba, they were thrilled about namaz, about their roza, about giving out sadaqah, and they are enjoying all that. This is the difference. This is what was there in their lives and is missing in our lives. We compromise. Ab there is no way out. When somebody asks you, "Kaisi zindagi guzari?" You're like, "Alhamdulillah. I have made a sacrifice. I own it. Whatever decision I have made it for myself, for my akhirah. And I'm going to maintain that." It has to reflect in your walk, talk, and the way you communicate and deal with everyone. So the decision has to be yours. how you see it. And that is where I feel we are lacking. And that is the survival kit thing with us. Maybe, this is something you need to work on for these vacations. That you need to, whatever things you practice, ask yourself, why am I doing it? Am I compromising? Because I'm sort of trapped. Like many people say, Quran nahi padhna. Quran tumne padha to amal karna pad jayega. So maybe you can make a checklist for yourself. Okay, what am I doing? What is my focus? Am I picking and choosing from Islam? If so, no. I have to at least practice 3 to 5 things which are harder for me, for Allah's sake, for my own sake. I need to own it. I need to own my religion. Because unless you own it, आपकी शक्ल भी जो है ना वो बेचारी मजलूम नजर आती है. What we are doing is कि हमने हिजाब भी पहन लिया लेकिन वो हिजाब नहीं लग रहा. क्यों? उसमें हमने पता नहीं इतना डेकोर कर दिया. The purpose goes away. या हमने नमाज पढ़ी तो हमने क्या बोला, मैं बस 2 मिनट में नमाज पढ़ के फिर आराम से बैठ के चाय पियेंगे. Excuse me, it should be the other way around. कि 2 मिनट में हम बात करते हैं फिर जरा टाइम लगाते हैं नमाज पढ़ने में, because that is the priority. And that is when I think we will be able to enjoy religion as Sahaba did. For them it was an ownership thing. They were thrilled about everything they did. Remember that, dear. Remember the focus. Remember that ownership. And when you own the decision, that is when Allah's help comes. And we find out there is a hadith in which Rasulullah ﷺ also said, halal is clear and haram is clear. Between halal and haram lays some doubtful things. Many people do not know whether it is permissible or not. Whoever leaves out these doubtful things in order to protect his religion and honor, then he is safe. You are clear in your mind. There is no ambiguity. What I've read in black and white, maybe, I'm not saying I'm becoming perfect, but I'm at least going to make an effort to put it into practice. Whatever is there in Quran, that needs to be practiced. Now, you are going to be at different stages for that. One is a person who doesn't have an intention of putting things into practice. That is someone who needs to have a big guilt. वो जो कहता है कि मैं convinced नहीं हूँ. I'm not convinced about it. If you are trying to look at different fatawa to sort of, choose to give up things,